You are hoarding those free LUTs, you are overthinking your jump cuts, and you never stop asking what's the best plugin. Listen, even after all this, if your edits still look clunky, chances are you're stuck in the 2015 era of editing. In 2025, editors are using jump cuts as a creative tool, letting edits breathe for cinematic pacing, making text move like characters, planning match cuts for emotional flow. This has become the virality factor and a basic norm for editing in 2025. Hi, I'm Somrat. I went from shaky timeline panic attacks to editing for millions. And in 2025, if you want to up your cuts game like I did in the previous video, here are the top 5 editing principles that I use as foundation pillars for great edit. First, jump cuts aren't mistakes anymore. Jump cuts used to be a sign of sloppy editing. In early cinema, they broke continuity and pulled audiences out of the story. But Jean-Luc Godard flipped the rule on its head in Breathless. By slicing through time with sudden cuts, he created an frenetic energy that mirrored the chaos of youth. Decades later, YouTubers adopted this mistake to keep audience hooked, cutting out silences, awkward pauses, and even entire chunks of time. In 2025, jump cuts are more than a time saver. They are a style, a rhythm, and a storytelling device. Think of your timeline like a heartbeat. Every jump cut should feel like a skip, not random but intentional. Start by identifying dead air in your footage silences, filler words, hesitant pauses. Slice them out cleanly to tighten the pacing. Use jump cuts to compress time. Show your subject pouring coffee, grabbing a coat, and walking out of the door in 3 quick cuts instead of 30 seconds. For vlogs and shorts, layer jump cuts with sound effects or quick zooms to maintain flow. Bonus, if your cut feels too harsh, add a subtle warp transition or match the background for a seamless feel. Next, J-cuts and L-cuts, the invisible glue. It all began in 1927 when the jazz singer pioneered L-cuts, letting sound linger as visuals changed. These techniques got their names from the J and the L shape they create on editing timelines. Later filmmakers like Edgar Wright and Denis Villeneuve refined them to guide emotion seamlessly. In 2025, these aren't advanced tricks. They're essential for every editor who wants their cuts to feel invisible. Here's how you bring audio and visuals together like they were meant to be. Use a J-cut when you want to lead your viewers' ears. Imagine a park scene. Let bird sounds start playing before the visuals fade in. This creates anticipation. Use a L-cut when you want emotion to carry forward. Picture a goodbye scene. Keep the character's voice trailing as the camera shifts to an empty room. It leaves an emotional echo. In conversations, use J-L cuts to overlap dialogue slightly. It mimics real speech patterns and keeps scenes dynamic. Tools like Premiere Pro's rolling edit tool make this seamless. Drag audio independently to create smooth overlays. Next, match cuts for cinematic transition. Kubrick's 2001 A Space Odyssey showed us the ultimate match cut. A bone spinning in the air becomes a satellite, bridging millennia in a single frame. Hitchcock's Psycho used a swirling drain to merge with a lifeless eye, amplifying horror. In 2025, match cuts aren't just for Hollywood. They're how creators on Instagram and YouTube create visual poetry that keeps viewers scrolling. This is how you make transitions that feel intentional. Spot visual similarities during planning. Shapes, colors, movement that rhyme. A spinning basketball to a globe in the next shot. Match movement direction. A subject walking left in a scene A transitions to another moving left in the scene B. Use sound bridges for added connection. Let a train horn from scene A fade over scene B's visuals for a seamless emotional link. Now, plan this in pre-production. Great match cuts aren't found, they are built. Next, casual cinematic. Let your edits breathe. In Apocalypse Now, the sound of helicopter blades dissolve into a ceiling fan's hum. That pause those extra frames let dread seep in. Modern content often overcuts for fear of losing attention. But 2025's trend is about restraint. Viewers crave moments when they can feel, not just see. Here's how to bring breathing room into your edits. Identify emotional beats where holding the shot matters. Let a character's expression linger or hold on to an establishing shot 2 seconds longer than you think necessary. Mix aspect ratios, vertical plus horizontal, in multi-platform edits for visual variety. Add minimal VFX to support the scene. Subtle light flares, gentle motion blurs without stealing the focus. Use silence strategy. A quiet moment before a big reveal amplifies impact. Next, typography is the new storytelling. Typography has evolved from utility to artistry. Netflix Stranger Things title sequence doesn't just display text, it sets a tone, a world. Apple campaigns now animate text like characters in motion. In 2025, Kinetic Typography is a must for editors who want their visuals to speak even without sound. Here's how to let your text work as a part of your story. Match font style to mood. Sharp, angular fonts for thrillers, soft, rounded ones for vlogs. Animate text with intention. Make it bounce to beats, slide with camera movement, or fade like a whisper. Use Kinetic Typography for captions, especially on reels where 80% of viewers watch without sound. Pro tip here is tools like After Effects, captions, and vid make these animations a little beginner friendly. But here's the truth: if you're starting out, the difference between average edits and cinematic ones isn't a plugin, it's the philosophy. So stop thinking like a software user and start thinking like a storyteller. Subscribe if you want more frameworks like this every week, and join my Discord where I break down my cuts, my transitions, my timelines in real time. It's free for now. So are you editing like a 2025 yet?
Home run, touchdown, buzzer beater, do it all now, top